Hello, I am children's book author, illustrator, Debbie Ridpath, and I am doing a live stream because I haven't done one in a few days, and I was doing some supper prep, and I was peeling carrots like this, and all of a sudden I realized, you know what? Look at these random carrot peels. Don't you think they would make wonderful art materials? That's what went through my head. And I have to admit, when I'm cooking, especially if I'm working with any fresh produce, I get inspired to do found object art, and that's why a lot of times meals tend to be late sometimes. But I'm married to a very understanding person, so. And the reason the cover of GURPLE and PREEN is in the corner is because I'm very excited about GURPLE and PREEN, which is launching August 25th from Simon & Schuster. And I can switch here. And I'm going to do a really quickly reading a bit later. It's written by Linda Sue Park, illustrated by me, and it's called GURPLE and PREEN, A Broken Crayon Cosmic Adventure. And the reason I'm very excited about it is so many reasons, but part of it, okay, I have to switch over to, if you haven't seen already, I'm gradually adding to the how GURPLE and PREEN was created, and I recently added some fun facts about the writing of GURPLE and PREEN that Linda Sue Park sent me. And one of those, one of the fun facts is that she also said, I also knew that I wanted the story to be about reusing, recycling, and repurposing. And she was also inspired by, you have to turn off my alarms here. She was also inspired by my found object art. But I will include the link to this page if you're curious. So that's why this ties in with, let's switch back to here, carrots, because carrot peels can be used for so many things, including compost, but also art. Okay, so I'm not going to crunch I was actually eating this carrot, but I'm not going to crunch here because it's probably going to be very loud. And meanwhile, oh, thank you. Yeah, feel free to ask me any questions, and I welcome your comments. Thank you. You never know what can come out of a peeled carrot. I like that. That's great. That's wonderful. Let's see if I can remember. Oh, yes, that's right. So the reason my head is in a circle instead of the usual transparent is because today I'm too lazy to put up my green screen. So I'm actually using Ecamm Live, in which I can change. Here, I'll show you. In case any of you book creators are out there thinking of doing something like this, I can do wide, I can do square, but right now I'm just going to do round and move this in the corner. Okay, but ordinarily I put a green screen up behind me so that all you can see is the outline of my head. But here you can actually see what I normally have behind me in my office. The pole here is where there's another pole hanging across here. I hang a green screen behind, but you can see a little bit of how I'm actually reorganizing my bookshelf so it doesn't look quite as chaotic as normal. So while I'm drawing with the peeled carrot, feel free to ask me anything if you want. But this is going to be super short because carrot's not going to last long. Yay, and Timid Kitten says hello. Nice to see you here again. All right, so when you have peeled carrots, here's what I recommend. Just take a few of the carrots and then just, don't use expensive paper. That's one piece of advice I have for young artists or not so young artists when you're having fun with art. Do not worry about expensive material. Okay, so I drop my carrots randomly on here, and then I look at them, and I will see you can use anything like a crayon. I'm going to use, just because I haven't in a while, Pentel pocket brush, which is one of my favorites. Sketching materials that I found out about from David Small at an SCBWI Illustrator Intensive. Okay, so you know what? Let's see. these two could be eyes, right? So I am going to, and this is, I just realized this is actually a challenge too, because I have to be aware of what you guys are seeing. Oh, that looks kind of interesting. So you know what? Let's put some hair on here. I have no idea what this is. Looks, and you can see I was kind of testing out the pen along the side, but that looks kind of interesting. Let's see. And you know what? These could be, that could be a mustache, or it could be, you know, let's turn them into wings. Sort of wings. Does that look kind of like wings? And these could, you can add legs. Carrot bird thing. Okay, so let's try it again. Again, this is why I don't use expensive art materials. Randomly drop. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so for this one, I usually look at the different, you know, I could, something else is, you don't have to be locked into, I do this without making a mess. I should have planned this out before my live stream, right? There, okay. Oh, and it's even more random now. See, this way I can turn it around. As much as, that's not random enough. Oh, that's too random. All right. All right, let's try that. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. This is going to be a challenge, but we can do it. If any of you have any suggestions, I'm going to turn this into, you know, an alien creature. Make sure you guys can all see that. Maybe not an alien creature. It's a bit too random. I'm going to take these. That's another thing. You don't have to have it exactly. Okay, a little bit too many random elements. That's a bit easier to work with. Another thing, when you're having fun with art, there's no, oh, I see it. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's what I see. And you guys can tell me if you saw the same thing. And I don't care if I'm getting a little bit of ink on my carrot, because I'm not going to eat this carrot. And maybe she can have this really interesting hat up there. He or she, haven't decided yet. This is one way I brainstorm character ideas, because look at that. It's kind of interesting. She could be a character in a book. And maybe, oh, let's add a little bit of expression. Okay, so that's another way. Okay, so I think I had too many random carrot bits. All right, let's do one or two more. Okay, random. All right. You know, carrot peels always look like hair to me, but let's turn this into some kind of animal. All right, let's move this up a bit. All right, I can see this. This looks sort of like a pack. Oh, it's a little bit too easy, right? Snail-like thing. Okay, let's turn this into a snail. A snail thing. Doesn't have to be a perfect snail. This is okay, right? Just want to make sure everyone can see that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Are any of you in school yet? I know that school has sloth. Hi, Michelle. Yay. Could be a sloth. I'm going to turn, you know what? I could turn this, you know, right now it's a snail. It's a snail, but, you know, a snail sloth. I'm trying to, no, it's going to be a snail. It's going to be too hard to turn it into a, you know, it could be a snail sloth. I'm going to turn it into a snail sloth. So a snail sloth, he's going to have legs then. And he's going to be on a tree. Oh, this looks nothing like a sloth. It's an alien snail sloth. Oh, and there, and I also have, look, a mouse. Snail sloth mouse. So many pots. Okay, so I'm gonna, oh, I see, those could be ears. But you know what? I'm gonna turn, so random. There, and a nose, and a snail sloth mouse. This is a group collaboration. And he has claws, because, you know, it has to be sort of realistic. Without claws, he's going to slide off, right? Boy, this is the strangest creature I can possibly imagine. Snail, sloth, mouse. And then what I do is I ask questions like, is this a shell or is it a breakfast roll? No, it's not a breakfast roll. It's a very interesting creature. Okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try another one. But usually I take pictures before okay, let's try again. But these are carrots. See? All you need is a carrot. Where did I put? Uh-oh. I misplaced my carrot. Okay. I lost my other piece of carrot. It'll turn up some. You just need a carrot peeler and a piece of carrot. And you have you said piece of string or a rubber band. But I think carrot peels are kind of cool and random looking. Oh, I see this. But all right, I'm gonna tear this off. Oh, and in tearing it off, I found my other piece of carrot. Yay! All right, I already see something here. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Zoom in a bit. Oh, there. Yay! Oh, and my friend June, can he have fancy whiskers? I'm gonna put fancy whiskers on one of my future ones, definitely. And Michelle says, "Oh, Riley starts school in a week and a half. Oh, I miss Riley. I hope she has fun at school. I'm hoping, I really feel for all the educators who are going back to school or at school, because I have no idea what's going to happen. You have to move this a little bit to draw underneath. I have heard from some schools are going back full time. Other schools are going to try partly e-learning. You can see that, right? But meanwhile, you teachers, you have to prepare for everything. That looks kind of, I like this character, whoever she is. And she's going to have a big feather here, and let's put this carrot in here too. I'm getting hungry, can you tell? I have to make supper soon. Okay, let's put a faux fur coat on here because she's very fashionable. And here, what could this be? This could be I'm gonna take my friend June King's suggestion and give this carrot some fancy whiskers. I don't know what this carrot's going to be, but it's going to be I'm going to move this because I actually want to eat this carrot. But you know what? Even if ink gets on it, I can peel it off. Oh, looks interesting. I have no idea what that is. But whatever it is going to have very strange bird legs. Oh, except my head's in the way. Wait, I'm going to make me smaller. So for those of you who are wondering, I'm using Ecamm Live, which is pretty awesome. And I'm going to use this when I do school visits. Look, fancy cake. Now here, oh, this is interesting because from my perspective, I can't see the top of the carrot. So I have to keep an eye on what's going on the screen. So here, you know what? I'm going to put 2 eyes. Oh, this is really challenging. So this is a worried carrot thing with whiskers. I have no idea. Oh, an ascot outfit. I don't even know what that is. What is an ascot outfit? I should know. What's for dinner that has carrots in it? Thank you for asking, Michelle. We're subscribed to a service called Good Food. So I'm not really cooking, but it delivers all the meal ingredients, and I just have to cook it. So it makes me feel, my husband and I take turns. It makes us feel like we are actually cooking, and I learn, and it's very satisfying. I actually really enjoy cooking as long as I don't have to cook, and I snack along the way. So I try to keep carrots handy. So it's something with carrots. I can't remember. Something with pork. So I'll have to look that up. Hi, Jeffrey. Good to see you. I really appreciate you helping me test out my earlier, test out Crowdcast. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. And this time I'm going to fling, I think, okay, fling within the center. Okay, so again, for those of you who missed my intro, GURPLE and PREEN. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get so distracted. I wanted to do a little bit of reading. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I'm hungry, but also I wanted to show you that you can use almost anything for art. And as Linda Sue Park said, like one of the, how can I work this in so I can talk about GURPLE and PREEN? Oh yes, I know. In GURPLE and PREEN, one of the main, it's not really a message. Linda Sue Park said that one of the reasons she wrote GURPLE and PREEN is because she wanted the story to be about, you know, reusing, recycling, repurposing, and she really likes my found object art. So that's why the cover of GURPLE and PREEN, I should get rid of the comment, GURPLE and PREEN is in the corner, and that's why I'm going to read a little bit of GURPLE and PREEN to you now. Okay. So I'm going to move me out of the way. I want me in a circle. There. Okay. All right. So I'm on my second monitor. I'll read you a little bit of GURPLE and PREEN in case you weren't here for my earlier readings. You guys see this, right? I'm going to make sure you can. GURPLE's eyes opened, one by one by one. Her head swiveled as she clanked to her feet. PREEN? PREEN, where are you? And if you're very observant, you may be able to spot PREEN in this illustration. The spilled cargo began to shimmy. Then a bunch of crayons shot into the air. Zap my apps! GURPLE yelled, ducking. PREEN launched herself out from under the pile. The pods, the pods! GURPLE waved her arms in a panic. We're doomed without them. PREEN beeped. She pointed toward a corner of the pile. Oh, there they are, GURPLE said with a whistle of relief. But look at the rest of this mess. How are we ever going to repair the ship? It's impossible. We need solar-powered batteries, fusion plasma engines, magnetic force fields. Then GURPLE picked up a blue crayon and broke it. Bits and bytes of tablecloth. What are we supposed to do with that? We need stuff we can use. So a lot of this story is about GURPLE. Like, she's like freaking out. It's a little bit of me that identifies with GURPLE because I freak out pretty easily. And so she's freaking out and she's saying, I can't use this because all these random objects start coming out of the crayons. But PREEN finds a use for almost every single object in terms of helping prepare for the repair of the rocket. I love PREEN. So there's a little part of me that wants to be like PREEN. I guess part of me is like PREEN in terms of me using found objects, but my personality is a little bit more like GURPLE. GURPLE broke a brown crayon. A flock of quails fluttered out and began running around her feet. Shoo, shoo, can't you see I'm busy? GURPLE shouted. PREEN rounded up the quails, bird by bird by bird. So that's all I'm going to read for now. I'm going to go back to, but anyway, GURPLE and PREEN, which I'm very, very excited about. GURPLE and PREEN, a broken crayon cosmic adventure written by Linda Sue Park and illustrated by me. Launches from Simon & Schuster, August 25th. And a lot of the story is about recycling, repurposing, and reusing. And speaking of that, let's look at this. Oh, I already see something. See, that's something else I find. And this applies when I'm working on picture book illustrations as well. Sometimes I'll look at, a lot of times when I'm illustrating a picture book, it's like solving a puzzle. I love that. I love looking at a line of a text, like right now I'm illustrating I'm Sorry, written by Michael Ian Black. It's so good. And I'm thinking, like, I don't want to just, part of the illustrator's role, in my opinion, in a picture book is not just illustrating what is on the text. You need to think about how you can really enhance the story, what you can bring to the story that isn't necessarily in the text, and how to just enhance everything. And I really enjoy that. I can't remember what I was originally talking about. So let's go back to this looks like a bird to me. You know, I'm a big fan of birds. I think that's one reason Heidi Stempel and I are such good friends, because she is very much a bird person. Someday I want to illustrate one of her bird books. All right, let's see. That's kind of like a bird-like. And then let's make this wings, and it's flying along, and it's looking kind of worried because, you know what? She knows that something's not quite right. Oh, it's really windy. You know, I'm gonna change the, go a little bit wider here. There. It's a little bit windy, so her wings are starting to shake up quite a bit. You know, I'm gonna put, here's another, all right, I'm gonna cheat and actually place this because it needs something there. There! Yay! There's my, and so usually when I'm very happy with and this is for you young artists or not so young who are doing found object art, obviously I can't keep this piece of art, which is one reason I really love doing found object art with fresh produce, because there's no pressure, but I will take a picture, and then you, before you take a picture, always sign it, then take a picture. So the week that GURPLE and PREEN launches, which is the week of August 25th, I am going to have a found object challenge for young readers, young creators, young readers and writers all that week. And it'll involve repurposing, recycling, and what was the other R word? I forget. But reusing, reusing. And there will be prizes. And I'm very excited. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly the wording, but I will announce it soon. Okay, I have to catch up on comments. Oh, yes. Oh, hi, Riley. Where are you? Yes, it's a Pentel pocket brush. Now, I love this. I found out about this from an illustrator intensive at the SCBWI. The illustrator is David Small, and this is years ago, and he mentioned that one of his favorite sketching tools is a Pentel pocket brush, and I love it. The cartridges are a little bit expensive, but I just find it so worth it. And the reason I love it, let's get rid of this, is because it comes, you can do thick and thin lines. It is permanent ink, so you have to be careful not to, well, to protect the table and everything. But look at that. I love that so much, and I actually like the sort of rough look. I usually have more than one of these on the go because as the ink starts running out, do I have an empty cartridge handy to show you? No, but I can show you what the cartridge looks like. I find the texture gets even rougher. So this is what the refill looks like, the Pentel pocket brush. But I love this so much. But you could do, oh, look what this turned out to be. I'm going to turn purple crayon. And even after you remove the crayon, you could probably turn this into something. See how easily I get distracted? This is why when I start doing more school visits virtually, I usually have like a list of things I want to talk about. Because look, ooh, more art to do. Look at this. All right, can turn that into something. You don't even need carrots, but carrots helped inspire it. Okay, all right. So let's see. Jeffrey Cornish, String Bean Symphony in the Key of Carrot. That's really good. And I agree. Early on, it looked like a treble clef instead of a treble clef. That's good. A carrot parrot. I like that. You know what? Before I leave, because I really have to leave, I'm going to do a carrot parrot just because I love that. See, have I ever tried to do a parrot before? But I'm going to do it at this. And this time I am going to arrange a carrot parrot. I love that. What a great idea. Okay, now you can see that, right? Carrot parrot. So I'm trying to remember, a parrot is sort of like a thick beak. See, if I was smart, I would outline first, but I'm not smart. that look kind of parrot-like. And it's there. And it's going to be carrot parrot. I love that. Thank you so much for that idea. And you know it's going to be the tail. And I am going to, it's going to be like, what's going on? It's just like GURPLE from, notice how cleverly, well, it's not very clever. I have to reference GURPLE and PREEN, which is my new picture book coming out August 25th. Just like GURPLE, this carrot parrot is freaking out. You know why? Because she just found out she's on the menu. She's on the menu tonight. That could be a story. Maybe not for a picture book, because that would be upsetting, unless she's saved. Okay. Carrot parrot. I kind of like that, actually. So when I am brainstorming, I'm going to move this. Carrot parrot. I love that. Okay, right there. When I am brainstorming characters and I see a character I really like, I will actually take a picture. I don't need to take a picture because I'll have it saved. And I keep notebooks, lots and lots of notebooks, electronic notebooks and paper notebooks of any characters or writing snippets that I like, and that's one way that I brainstorm for future projects. And I highly recommend this for artists and writers of all ages, because my old tendency was only to write down snippets in a notebook if they were perfect, like, oh, that's if it's a perfect idea, or this is a, no, you just want to, well, at least for me, I just want to brainstorm, pour out all these, anytime any idea comes to you, and then it's almost like cooking, you know, you're making a soup, but you don't want to serve the soup right away. You want to let it sit, and then come back to it later, taste it, it needs a little bit more of this and this, and I find, like, if you start putting out ideas like this, then eventually some of them start, you know, coming up again and again, or some of them combine, and that's a big part of how I come up with ideas for my stories. Okay, so yes, Carrot. Hi, Joey. Yay, Joey. My friend Joey is a fan of my Little Nightmare characters. He was a fan from the beginning. Oh, do I have? Oh, I don't have my portfolio. I was using my portfolio to show. Okay, in my original portfolio, I had some of my Little Nightmare characters. A lot of that is because of my friend's enthusiasm for my, and someday I want to do a Little Nightmare character. Okay, so thank you so much for coming by and looking at my live stream. I'm trying to do at least one live stream every few days. Every time I do a live stream, it gets a little bit easier, and I want to, and also it just helps me feel less isolated. I don't know about the rest of you, but even as things are opening up during the pandemic, I'm tending not to go out a lot, and partly because I have a father in a senior home that I see once a week, so I'm trying to be extra careful. So everyone, I hope you take care. Stay safe, keep reading, writing, and making art. And have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.